Today we are going to see part 3 of Kingdom, Animalia and Plantae. We will proceed with the answers of the previous home assignment. The first question asked was, explain the structure of sporophytic organs in pteridophyte. The sporophytes are diploid. They will show xylem and phloem tissue which is present, which helps in the conduction of water and nutrients, right? And this will conduct that to various parts of the body. The leaves, otherwise it is known as fronds, and in that the sporophyte grow into a very thick base, and it covers by a dry and brown color scale. Then it is having an horizontal underground stem or rhizome, and it will have an advantageous root system. Then the second question asked was, explain the characteristic feature of a fern. The ferns are the lower vascular plant, and it will have rachis in which we can able to see the leaf-like structures arranged, right? The pinnaes are arranged, and they will have an alternation in generation, that is, it will have sporophyte, and also it is in the next generation it will have gametophyte, and it will have 2n and n number of chromosome in its genotype respectively, and the spores will germinate into a prothallus. This is the explanation which is given for ferns. Now we will see the learning objective of today's video. Today we are going to learn about gymnosperm. In that we are going to study the general characteristic feature and some of the examples, the commonly present plants in that category, and finally we will see the economical importance or the uses of these plants. In the introduction part, we have to see that why the name was given gymnosperm, right? Gymnos means it is naked and sperma means seed. So these seeds are not having any protective covering, as we will see in normally fruits. It won't have any outermost covering. The seeds will be very open to the outside environment, and these seeds are produced by this plant. All these things are collectively known as spermophyta, and they bear a naked ovule on a flat scale-like structure, and these are known as ovuliferous scale, which is not enclosed inside the ovary. Then the ovuliferous scales are arranged in the cones. These cones are normally, we can see it in the pine plant. This is the characteristic feature of a pine plant and a cycas tree, and this is how it will look like. We will see a better picture in the next slides. The adult plant in this category, gymnosperm, are known as the sporophyte, and they are very tall and they are woody plant, and we can able to see that they are perennial tree or shrub. Perennial means it will be there for year after year, right? And then mostly they are evergreen trees, so they are constituting the evergreen forest category. The leaves, now when it is becoming old, it will shed from the tree. It won't turn into yellow color as we will see in the other kind of plants. And the stem is usually, it is branched, or sometimes it won't have any branches. Unbranched also we can able to see, as in case of cycas, it is like a small coconut tree like, right? But it is not belonging to that category. You can see and correlate the structure to that, and they are unbranched in nature. Now you can see the detailed view of the pictures. Here the pinus tree is present, where the needles are also very properly seen, right? Here the leaves are very thin and long and slender, hence the leaves are known as needle. In that you can see the pine cones are also present, and it is having that oleferous leaves also present, right? We can able to see that is also arranged, which is very woody and also brown and dry in nature. And the cycas plant is also having a picture here. You can see that they are also having a very green color leaves, and we can see that they are compound leaves, right? And unlike the other plant, here there is no branches are present, and it is very short and dwarf plant. The characteristic feature, first we will see about the leaves. The leaves may be a simple leaf or a compound leaf. As in case of pinus, we have seen in the previous slide, they are needle-like structure which is just attached to that of the stem part of the plant, right? And in the case of cycas, we can see that the leaves are compound leaves. And the leaves are also belonging to two different categories. They may be a dimorphic leaf or a monomorphic leaf. Dimorphic means two different kind of leaves which is present in the plant, or it may be a single kind of leaves. What is this two different kind of leaves they are having? It is one of the kind of the leaves will be green in color, the other kind of leaves will be brown in color. The green color leaves are known as foliage leaves and they are simple leaves, or it may be a compound leaf as we have seen in the previous picture, right? And then in the scale leaf it will be brown, and also it is also a simple kind of leaf we can able to see in these plants. So these are the two different kind of leaf arrangement we can see in the plants. The next characteristic feature is coming in the vascular bundle. This vascular bundle is present in the stem and it is arranged as a ring, and sometimes we can able to see the secondary growth also. Hence these plants are having the secondary growth and woody structures, they are getting it in the trunk region of the plant. Now we will see the detailed view about the cones which is present in this plant. They are having a cone which is like, you can compare it to the fruits of the higher plants. Okay, these cones usually they are unisexual in nature, that is either male cone or a female cone will be present in the plant, and rarely we can able to see the bisexual cones also, that is both male and female reproductive structures present in the same cone. In the case of Neetum, we can able to see that bisexual cones. When you see the detailed structure of the cones, we can see it is arranged in the stem part and it is just above the leaves which is present. Here some of the leaves are already shed, so you can able to see the leaf scar which is present, and this is a male cone which is present and it is present in the main shoot. So in between the shoot we can able to see that male cone is forming, and it is having a terminal bud on the top through which now it will grow to the tallest region, right? That region when we are seeing below that the bud region, there are some kind of leaves which is coming out, and this region is known as dwarf shoot, which is just above the cone of the plant. When we will consider that of the female cones, the female cones are present in the same manner, but it will be just projecting outside. Here you can able to see the cone is present as a part of the stem, right? But here it is coming outside the plant. Here in this cone only we have seen in the previous picture, where we can able to see all the brown color woody structure which is present, and it is also having the leaves which is present above the cone part, where we can able to see the terminal bud that will be keep growing. So we can able to see how the cones are different in case of pinus, where male and female cones are with distinct characteristic feature it is present. Now, when the pollination occurs, when the pollen grain started producing, the pollens are produced in the male cones which are haploid in nature, and they are produced in the microsporangia or in the male cones. And these pine pollens are yellow in color. When you will see these plants, when it is producing pollen grains, the pollen grains will shed, and then you can see the entire environment is covered with yellow color dots. So hence it is looking like a sulfur which is present in the chemistry labs. This sulfur, when it is present in that entire environment, how it will look like? The same yellow color these pollen grains will look like. Hence it is known as sulfur rain also. Sometimes when you go to hill station, you can see that pollen grains are falling from the male cones of the pinus plant. And this pollen grains has two large sac, and they are called as wings. With the help of that, they will dispersed from one place to the another by the wind. So easy to float and then disperse from one place to another. one pollen grain produces 2 male gametes. Then the ovule, when we will talk about, ovules are not enclosed in the ovary as in the case of angiosperm, but they will bore and naked on the leafy megasporophyll of the female cones. The ovules are produced side by side inside the female gamete, where we can able to see these female gametes are developed into a matured ova or the egg. The male gamete fuses with the female and then it is developed into a seed, and the seed sometimes it is winged. In case of pinus, we can see that with that it will fly and then it will go to the other place through wind, or when the cones are opened out, the pine seeds are falling from the main plant. Then what are the common kind of gymnosperm we can able to see in some of the places where we can go to the hill station and all? We can see the pine, which is a common plant. Mostly it is the Christmas tree which is kept during the Christmas time inside the house, right? They are pine and it is known as pinus biologically. And the next plant is redwood, then juniper, cedar and a sago plant. These are some of the common gymnosperm we can able to see in India. Many gymnosperms are used for various purposes. Hence, they are woody plant. The wood is used for various other uses. It can be used as a timber for construction material or for making the furniture. Then some of the gymnosperms are producing resins. These resins are used in various industries, and sometimes we can see that the medicinal important compound like turpentines are produced from these plants. Several of these plants will produce a dry fruit. Pine seeds you must have known, and these are edible seeds which you can use it for many food and also for raw eating. And the saga palm which will be producing the saga is sabudana, which is produced by the old stem of the cycas. So these are some of the economical importance of this category. Then the home assignment for today's presentation is, why are gymnosperms are named so? Why we are calling a group of organisms in this category as gymnosperm? That is the question asked. The second question is, write a short note on the leaf of gymnosperm. So, how the leaves are arranged, what is the structure, what is the types, everything together it is asked. Write a short notes means you have to know about everything which is related to that leaf, you have to give. Hope you understand the video properly. Please do watch our other videos. Thank you for watching. Om Sri Sai Ram.